very influential in how I approach writing and playing. I mean, this last couple years I've embarked upon a course of study, learning more about orchestration and trying to know the transpositions and the scores, understanding counterpoint, and seeing how the masters throughout the history of at least Western music have put the notes together. And that's the basis. If you have a great understanding of that, and then the experience improvising and kind of doing that composition on the spot, I think you have a great launching pad for being a good jazz musician. Technology for me is kind of, I use it sort of like an orchestra. It's accompaniment mainly, and just color and timbre, but the core of music from my perspective is the piano. That's where it all starts, and understanding harmony and counterpoint, and understanding the basics of putting a piece of music together. And then the technology can kind of help me in the orchestration. When I first heard jazz music, it excited me. The first records I heard, actually the first record I really got excited by was a record by Les McCann and Eddie Harris called Swiss Movement. It was live at the Montreux Jazz Festival. And it's something, that music combined gospel music and R&B and jazz, and I don't know why I liked it, but I did. It hit some chord inside. And shortly thereafter, I listened to records by John Coltrane and Miles Davis, and I wanted to be able to do that. Yellow Jackets have a new record coming out. It's called Dreamland. Sometime this summer it will be out. And it kind of continues our saga. There's various world beat kind of elements incorporated. There's some interest in loop technologies. There's a track with Bobby McFerrin, who we've done a lot of work with this last year, and he's a guest artist on the record. So I think it's a nice blend. We are all real lucky and fortunate. We get along off the bandstand really well. We're friends. Jim Haslip, who plays bass, and I have now been playing together for, well, since 1978, so 18 years, 17 years. When it's at its best, it's like the saying, the total is greater than the sum of the parts. Some spark happens, something really magical happens when we're all playing together. I'm really not much of a fan for slicing things up and putting them in categories. I really I adhere to more inclusive approach, and with Yellow Jackets music, I think we've tried to take that course where we're always listening to all different kinds of music, and we want to bring those influences into our music, if it's electronic or African or traditional jazz or classical or orchestral, whatever it is. I think we want to learn from it and use it to make better music.